Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ross the Pearson here, and today, as a treat for you, ladies and gentlemen, as I said in the last video when I did my One Punch Man episode 2 English dub review, including episode 1, I did say that I will be doing Dragon Ball Super reviews, and from now on, I will be continuing doing both episodes of Dragon Ball Super and episodes of the English dub version of One Punch Man. So let's get right to it of the review of Dragon Ball Super episode 53. Obviously, we get the introduction of Zamezu, as we like to call it in the English term, but in Japanese it's like Samatsu, something like that, like Samatsu, something like that. I can't say it 100% correctly, but it's basically something like that. And Zamezu is a very interesting character. Obviously, he has the mentality of him, obviously, as a Kaioshin, who is obviously the gods of well, the gods of creation, and obviously not to interfere with any destructions and everything like that. I can't remember his master's name. It's like Badaswa, something like that. I can't remember his name, but that's Zamezu's master, and obviously trying to learn from him. And obviously, Zamezu had the idea in his mind that what is the point of looking after and also protecting human lives, and it's nothing but repeat of war, destruction, and all that sort of stuff. And basically it's sort of like Akira Toriyama telling us a message to a degree, because in reality that's kind of true. You know what I mean? It's nothing but war and all that sort of stuff. I mean, take a look at our planet, the fucking hell. I mean, all this shit going down. Apart from all of that, Zamezu is a very interesting character. Suki, I can't remember his name, but the guy who does all the theme songs for Dragon Ball Super has brought in some really nice tunes into the game, and it really suits the Kaioshins. You know what I mean? Like the music sort of draws you into the characters of both the Kaioshins and obviously Lord Beerus and everything like that, turning up on Universe 10 of the Kaioshin, or the realm of the Kaioshins, or whatever you want to call it. As you can see, Zamezu is obviously he's got very bad anger issues from what I see. It sort of kind of reminds me, well, not as bad as Broly and all that, but it sort of looks like that to a degree, because obviously when you see Broly's father trying to stop him from going on a rampage, it's sort of some of the thing when it comes to Zamezu and his master. Like his master will try and calm him down when he sees humans. Like when Goku turns up, and I'm about to get up to in a minute. Obviously, he gets very pissed off, and he's like, "Oh, you stupid human," that sort of thing. So clearly, he doesn't like humans, and not just that, he doesn't trust them, and he has the similar key energy levels as Black Goku, which obviously we're trying to figure out what's going on. So anyway, let's move on. When Beerus, Whis, and Goku arrive at Universe 10 to meet Zamezu. And obviously, because Whis found out the same key level or the same energy level of Black Goku turned out to be one of the Kaioshins from the realm of the Kais in Universe 10, which is obviously Zamezu. We can't 100% confirm that Zamezu is obviously Black Goku, because obviously we do not know that yet. But just because they're the same key level, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's Black Goku. He could be Black Goku, but to be honest, I think it's just too predictable for him to be Black Goku, because obviously in the title of episode 53, Goku's true identity, here they go off to the realm of the Kais of Universe 10. But now, obviously the title, that's what they want you to think. They want you to think that this Zamezu from Universe 10 is obviously Black Goku, when we don't even know. We don't even know if he is Black Goku. Goku obviously goes up to him even more childish than ever, going up to him straight away, and obviously fighting, having a little spar with Zamezu. And Zamezu, oh my god, how strong is this human? Like, it's ridiculous of how strong he is. And they have a little spar, and the animation was actually pretty decent. I was actually quite worried about the animation with episode 52's preview of episode 53, because I was like, oh my god, there was some spots. I think it was just artwork. It's probably just me and that sort of thing. But the animation was actually pretty spot on. It was actually like watching a movie, in my opinion, and it was spot on. So I was very happy with this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super. And not just that, we get a little glimpse of Trunks and Krillin when obviously we know the history of Trunks, no pun intended, when Gohan gets killed by both Android 17 and 18, we see Krillin with Android 18, and Trunks is like, oh my god, that's the android, blah 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 blah, and Krillin's like, no, she's my wife, and we have a kid, and then Trunks is like, oh my god, and then 18 actually confronts him and says like, you know, no hard feelings, right? That sort of thing. But like Trunks was just like, oh, okay, I'll let this one slide, and that sort of thing. So it was a bit like, oh shit. So obviously, because it obviously must be a big moment for Gohan, not for Gohan, for Trunks, because obviously Gohan was killed partly by Android 18, including 17. But apart from all that, yeah, episode 53 of Dragon Ball Super was actually not too bad. It was a lot of fun. I did enjoy Zamezu's character. Like this future Trunks arc is actually starting to get very interesting, and I can't wait for episode 54. All I can really see in episode 54 is obviously with Trunks is being trained by Vegeta, and not just that, we see Zamezu with the box of the time rings that they mentioned in this episode, and this is obviously going to come to the point when if we're going to find out if Zamezu is really Black Goku, and if he is, how does he get the body of Goku? Because we don't know if he is going to get the body of Goku. We'll have to wait and see. It's most likely because obviously he was so overwhelmed of Goku's power when he had his fight with him. So it's only one way to find out. But apart from all that, let's skip to Dragon Ball Super and now go to One Punch Man episode 3 English dub. The English dub of the episode of One Punch Man that I've been waiting for, when One Punch Man Saitama fights Carnage Kubatu. And it was funny as always, obviously because of the classic moment in the Japanese dub when he just goes absolutely crazy and in the fight, because like obviously he's like, oh my god, he'll go on a Carnage mode until next Saturday and that sort of thing. And then obviously when Saitama goes like, because obviously the highlight of this whole episode is when he does that one punch to Carnage Kabuto and basically says, today is bargain day at the supermarket. That sort of thing, the classic scene of One Punch Man. And I mean, the voice acting was spot on. The voice acting of the English of this episode was spot on. I really enjoyed it. Even Carnage Kabuto's voice was really good. Saitama was spot on. Even Genos. I mean, I did have his doubts with him in the second episode of his in the wrestling's term debut, in his debut of episode 2. I didn't really enjoy it, but this episode kind of proved me wrong of how I am starting to like Genos' voice acting now. Obviously, like I said in the last video, that it would take me a little bit of time to get used to the voice acting of Genos, but I did really like it. I liked all the voice acting in this episode, and I really am enjoying anime this year because of Dragon Ball Super, One Punch Man being in English dubs, Attack on Titan, Death Note, Black Butler. I'm watching loads of anime at the moment, and you know, I'm really happy to be an anime fan and that sort of thing. And there's not much really I can say about One Punch Man episode 3 because obviously, because of the fight at the end is obviously the highlight of episode 3. But apart from all that, everyone did a splendid job, and I cannot wait for the next episode of Dragon Ball Super, episode 54, of Trunks being trained by Vegeta, and I cannot wait for episode 4 of the English dub of One Punch Man. So that's all I can say with you guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Wesley Pearson, and I hope you have a good evening, guys. Take care.